As usual, these are going to be recorded, let's get into the topic today. What I was thinking we would do, it'd be a lot of fun to do a carousel survey Facebook ad campaign with a little bit of a twist. I know a lot of you guys are working on these, and I did a little bit of testing and was able to get really cheap clicks at an exciting rate, but didn't go much further. And I was driving direct to conversion landing pages, but not it didn't really go much further than that. I thought it might be cool if we went through and we made individual landing pages for each button in our carousel image so that it was much more targeted. And I was going to do it ahead of time, but I know that a lot of people ask about how to build these landing pages, and I thought it might be cool if we just did it, walk through the process for each one slowly, and you got to see the thought process. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build a carousel Facebook ad campaign. And this whole process reminds me of something that I've kind of been plugged into for a little while. I was sort of doing it on my own. I've been sort of doing this on my own for a while, and then I stumbled upon Ryan Lebeck's stuff, who has this thing called the Ask Method. I think he has a book called the Ask Method, and he's going through a launch now. If you want to, check out some of that stuff. And what the crux of his method revolves around surveying people before they opt into your stuff, having them sort of self-select what they're about and what they're doing before. And as I ran that first carousel ad with 3 different options, and I saw it floating, I saw somebody else doing it floating around the web, it really tied in nicely and made me think of it. So if you have time, check out the Ask Method. Don't buy, he's probably selling, I watched a few of these videos, he's probably selling like a $2,000 product. Don't go buy that right away. It's advanced internet marketing stuff. The Ask Method itself on Amazon would be a good book to buy to plug into that, and it'll probably be like $10. So I know he launched just a few months ago, and now he's doing a full-on launch around it. Yeah, Kindle, you can get it for $5. Highly recommend that if you're a student of marketing and you want to sort of see what the next frontier is in terms of getting people to opt in at lead generation. So that's that. The Ask Method, just Google it. It'll pop right up in Amazon. Now, let's go build out our carousel image campaign in Facebook. So I'm going to go into my Facebook account. And as I do this, I'm thinking maybe let's build the campaign first. You know what I'll do is I'll show you the old campaign I did, if I can dig it up. Then we'll build the landing pages. Then we'll build the fresh campaign so that you have some context for what these look like. And hopefully I'll be able to find this thing here. Let's see, last month, hopefully. So I should probably show it to you first. There was a post in the Facebook group about it, but it didn't go too far. Last month, amount spent. Did a little bitty test. Haha, good, carousel survey. This was the one I did for conversion, and it got nice, cheap, nice cheap clicks. And you can get a similar idea for real estate. So this is what I'm talking about by carousel ad. You've probably seen them in Facebook. And it says, click the box that best describes your real estate situation. The one we're going to do today is going to be consumer focused. And it's going to say what best describes your real estate situation. It's going to be very similar, actually, the wording. And then in this case, they're clicking if they're a solo agent, a team leader, or a broker owner. And they go to, I had this going to the right and appropriate squeeze page. So this is a good example of what we're going to do today. So if they click solo agent, they went to the home page. I thought maybe I had them going to the right appointment to schedule a demo. But what we're going to do, instead of having these all go to one place, I was testing to see if we could get the clicks. Now what we're going to do is we're going to refine the process, and we're going to match the message for each of the carousel images so that it goes to the appropriate squeeze page. In case you're curious, there's my dog wearing socks. Don't you love Facebook? My wife just posted it. So, all right. So let's go right here. I have these carousel images ready. You guys can actually grab these. I know I'll drop the link to you all. Carousel survey images, because these worked well. So let me make sure you have those real quick. Chat. And show of hands, I know a few of you guys, like Jory, a lot of you guys do some, advanced stuff on Facebook. Is anybody using carousels yet? Because I'd love for you to chime in and just say what your results have been and correct me if I'm doing anything wrong in the process. I haven't done this much other than a few tests just to see if I can get clicks. All right, so I have three main categories here. We're going to ask people what describes them when we run our ad. They're going to be a renter, a homeowner, or an investor. And what I want to do right now is take probably 15 minutes and we're going to build a landing page for each of these, starting with renters. So let's build a landing page for renters. I'll go into my conversion agent dashboard. I'll go to my landing page option on the left side. Okay. And I'm going to build a page for renters. Now, I always set my button to see the list now when I'm offering a niche focused property search. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to offer a search results that are going to appeal to renters in my local market, St. Petersburg, Florida. And I'm going to build my link for that search first. So let's do a link for St. Pete properties. And I'm going to go single family. And I'm going to pick the sweet spot in terms of price. So let's go single family homes between 100,000, let's just say 75,000 and 125,000 with 3+ bedrooms. There's not too many. That'll be a good enough list for now. I can sexy it up maybe by doing foreclosures if I want. That might be good. A really good one for first-time buyers might actually be fixer-uppers. So I don't need to go so narrow on the price, but for a renter, somebody currently renting now, maybe a fixer-upper explicitly would be interesting. So it doesn't really matter. Let's go here. I've got a list of properties to offer. I'll copy this URL. You guys can't see me, but I'm copying the URL. And that is going to be the URL they go to after they log in. That's what I'm going to put on the top of my page right here. Now, I'm going to name a hashtag, renter carousel, I'll call it. My friend here keeps pinging me on Facebook. It drives me nuts on these webinars. Just get rid of them. Renter carousel. And then we will do, I double click, I get rid of my, you can get rid of your company logo or not, it's up to you. But my carousel, and I probably should have left it in this case, but my offer is going to be a free weekly list of St. Pete fixer uppers for renters who want to buy their first home. Okay, that might not be great, fixer-uppers and other properties, first-time buyer friendly properties. How about that? One thing, the reason I edited that and I got rid of the renter ideas is Facebook will actually turn down ads where you echo back something about the demographic criteria. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you target renters explicitly, a lot of times they'll then say, hey, you're using your targeting or the thing in the ad to hit the person. So I try to stay away from that. Okay, so that might not be the best headline, but I'm going to roll with it here. I'm not going to obsess, okay? And I'll do presented by eXp Realty. A lot of people ask about compliance in these landing pages. Where can I put my license number and all that stuff? Just put it down there, okay? Presented by eXp Realty. And then I will put a cool background just to show off that feature, right? We can put any MLS image we want. We can do a custom background. But let me see if I can find something. That'll spice it up a little. Okay. Now, how is he still messaging me? Okay, so this is our first landing page. Am I happy with it? Any typos? Free list, CP, fixed rows, and other first-time buyer-friendly properties. That's done. Save. Okay, and remember, you got to copy your URL. I'll put it in a notepad here. My scratch pad. And that's my first time. My renters. That's for renters. Now, the next carousel image. By the way, is this boring the heck out of you guys, or is this good? I know a lot of you know how to make these pages, but feel free to give feedback. Nobody's saying anything. This next one is going to be for people who are homeowners. So for homeowners, you could just jump out into your sell.php page, right? You can go right here to sell.php, which I happen to have linked up to Listing Machine right now. Or your regular sell page, and that would work. So I'm just going to do that here to save us time before I build the investor page. So this will be my link for this. Okay. Like so. And then let's build another squeeze page just to show that process one more time for our investors. Let's make an offer for them. So for our investors, we're going to have a page. Go back here, ask/create, or we can access the builder from our dashboard. I'm just shortcutting it by putting the link in direct. And then for investors, let's go ahead and show those guys some motivated sellers. How about that? So I'm going to go here. It's one of my favorite offers, motivated sellers. Search at exprealty.com. Go back into my town, and then my favorite hack with conversion, motivated. I'm typing motivated down in the keyword, and there's always a nice handful of properties. I'll click found 26, and there are 26 properties right there where the remarks have the word motivated, and this makes for a lovely, lovely little hook, especially if you want to attract investors. So let's go build our page. So submit button. Again, see the list now? That's my button is. My URL after login is the URL I just created right there. Hashtag Carousel Investors. So I know what the heck this was. And then for background, let's have a little fun. Let's put a desperate guy in the background. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go find an image of somebody praying. Images.google.com. Praying. Okay, I don't know if it's going to be, or pleading. Praying might be a little over the top, but let's see what we can do. And then for search tools, I'm going to do usage rights. See, I click search tools when people don't realize you can do this. And I'll just grab an image that's labeled for reuse with modifications, see if I can find anything good. There we go. So let's find an image of a seller who's desperate to sell here. Let's try begging instead of praying. Okay, now I'm just going to get sad. I wanted just a guy who's begging for somebody to buy his house. Praying, pleading. I spend way too much time, I know, trying to get the perfect image, and I'm sure you guys have experienced too, but it's just so much fun. So I'm just trying to find desperate. I can usually find this image pretty quickly. Here's a guy. It was an archive. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just get this right here. Okay, this will work. Here's a label for reuse guy. This will be wonderful right here. So now usually you don't want a hot link. This is a Flickr image, so I'm going to do it. It's not the best thing to do, but I know it's a big photo sharing thing. I wouldn't want a hot link off somebody else's site. Usually you want to take this and upload it into another service. So I use a screenshot application to do that usually, and I'll click upload. It'll upload it down here on the right side, and then I can open it, and then it'll be on that service. Then I can right-click the image. Oh boy. Usually I can right-click and get the image if it wasn't silly Windows Explorer that popped up. Let's see. All right, it's taking too long. I'm going to copy the image address from here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they do, Jory, automatically host the image. That's why I did it that way. But for whatever reason, it errored out on me here. Usually it would show up right in the middle of the screen. Maybe I copied and pasted that wrong. The service is Lightshot Screenshot. I love it. You can just hit print screen, and it's really handy. I moved away. When I used a Mac for years, I used to use Command-Shift-4, but actually on my Macs, I actually download this now too because it's so handy. So Lightshot Screenshot, just Google that, you'll find it. So let's continue making our page. Sorry about that tangent. My background, I'm going to paste in the custom background URL. So that should be our gentleman who's praying right there. It didn't work as intended. He's a little dark on the bottom, but you know what? I gotta leave it. It looks a little better like this. You can see his hand. So we'll do that. In the future, maybe I'll come up with a better image. So St. Pete real estate opportunities with motivated sellers. Free weekly list of St. Pete. And when I say free weekly list, guys, a lot of people ask me, all I'm talking about is setting them up for updates, property alerts. That's it. And I'll do it, you know, daily, honestly, usually. If they do a free list foreclosure, I set them up to daily update. It's fine. Never get any complaints. And that's how you deliver that free weekly list. Free list St. Pete real estate opportunities with motivated sellers. I totally screwed up getting an appropriate image there. That didn't work. I could have just probably saved some time and used any of these other custom images, but just so you guys can see that, that's how you do it. If you enter your cell, since it's an investor, enter your cell number, we'll call and tell you about the very best deal we know about in St. Pete right now. That's a nice little extra touch. There will be some investors desperate for a deal. They might pop their cell number in there hoping I'll call them, and when I call them, they'll want to talk to me. And of course, all of us know of something that's a good buy right now, and you'll have something to talk about, or you can go scramble and get one. So my hashtag here, investor carousel. I thought I'd done that already. Maybe I didn't save it. And I'm going to save now. Little bugginess here because I resaved the hashtag. It made me delete all those other fields again. And now I can save my URL. Super mobile friendly on ads. Oh, super mobile friendly in the ad. Interesting. People will click because they think they're going to get a mobile friendly experience. If you have a screenshot, I'll share that, Jory. Yeah, that seems neat. Or share it in a Facebook group. Okay, so now we have our 3 URLs. Let's get to work building our carousel ads right there. Anybody have any questions on the building of the landing pages themselves? I just did generic landing pages. I could have easily done, if I really wanted to take my time, and I will, if this works, I will probably, just so you know, I'll probably go back and do video landers and try that, where I actually sell each idea. You know, like, hey, are you an investor? It would be me talking. That's a good way to build rapport up front. Are you an investor looking for a great deal? Well, I curate a list of motivated seller properties every week, stuff like that. Okay, image size or centering of image. Oh, for the landing page, I think that 1200 by 900 should be good. Just my basic feel, from the little bit I know about web design, that 1200 by 900, 1400 by 1100, something in that those proportions should do good. What is that? That's like 4 by 3. It should come out looking okay. We can obsess over the background images because it's fun and cool, but you're probably going to get the same conversion from the straight gray background, honestly. All right, so let's go here. And I've got my carousel survey images. I know that I'm going to need to upload these to Facebook, so I'm going to save each one real quick to my desktop, right-click, save image as. I have these saved in our WordPress site here, but I'll just save them. Now they're on my desktop. Head on over to Facebook's, and let's create an ad. So this is going to be a send people to website campaign. That's the objective we're going to use. So I'm going to click that. Carousel Landers test, just for my reference, so I know what it is. And then we are going to go pretty broad with our targeting. I'm just really, because we're basically shooting wide and letting people self-select what they're about, I can go pretty much just go everybody in this area. Maybe I'll stick with 25 to 45. And then if I want to, I can go for people who have a little bit of money if I want to do net income. Here we go. That's net worth. And it would help. I went pretty broad. It would help if I actually picked geography. You're going to want to do that. I almost picked the whole country. So I'm going to pick St. Pete, current city only. Okay. 10,000 people who have a net worth of 100,000 to 200,000, but I really wanted income, not net worth. Income 120, 125. That's 3,000 people. And 3,000 people as a target, that's probably fine. But I'll add just one more. I'll add 125. I'll add 75 to 100. So I'll have people making 75,000 to 125. They should be probably pretty financially able to buy a house, right? If they're in the market to, in most cases. And then my daily budget, I'll leave it at 20 for testing, guys. I usually leave my budgets higher in the beginning to try to see what the campaign's going to do, and then I'll tweak them down over time. So we'll do 20 bucks a day to test this out. Continue. I forgot, a major thing right now, placements here. I have noticed, I want to mention, I have noticed just that the audience network on Facebook seems to be just sending crappier and crappier traffic, and that could be just due to what I'm doing, and maybe I'm running bad ads the last few weeks, but I've been turning off, go right here, choose my placements, I've been turning it off. The clicks are going to come in a little bit more expensive, but I find that the opt-in rates have been much better turning that off. I don't know if they're just using really low-tier traffic and calling it, really low-tier traffic and arbitraging and thinking people are going to be okay with seeing they're getting 15-cent clicks. But if the clicks are really only worth a penny from wherever they're getting them from, it doesn't do anybody any good. So turning off audience network, continue. Now it's saying, now's where I pick my image, and this is where we're going to get the carousel. We're going to do multiple images in the ad. Right here, this is very important for what we're doing today. I'll pick my Facebook page. Excuse me, voice is going. Okay, Instagram, you can just link the selected Facebook page. And then for text in the ad, it's going to be, which best describes your real estate situation. How's that? Let me look back at these images. Is that, yeah, I'm a renter, I'm a homeowner, I'm an investor. Yes. So what's going to happen is in the ad, which best describes your real estate situation, they're going to click and pick the one and self-select what they're about. And then they're going to see a landing page relevant to their situation. Pretty cool stuff. Now, there's something to be said, marketing psychology-wise, if you've ever read Cialdini's psychology, Robert Cialdini's Psychology, Persuasion, the Psychology of Influence. So that's the book I'm looking for. Persuasion, the Psychology, Influence, Cialdini. Really important. Like anybody who needs to sell something anytime, anywhere should just read this, right? It's like almost like a Bible. So this book right here, he talks about commitment and consistency, and I'm probably butchering the terms he uses, but basically the theory is if you can get people committed to a situation and taking actions, you stand to get a higher likelihood they're going to finish the process. And I think that at play here is that not only are they just clicking an ad, they're actually going through a little bit more effort to pick out the type, which one they need to click. And psychologically, there's a little more commitment to the process there. So I could be wrong, but I think that might be why I think we can expect really good conversions on these campaigns if we build them right. So what best describes your real estate situation? I'm going to start adding my images now. So I can just click and upload images. I've got them saved to my hard drive. I forget what order they were in, but I think I can reorder them in a minute. Why is it doing that? Oh, there it is. Yep, that worked. And then what's your real estate situation? This is a little disorienting. They ask you for the headline, but it's actually the headline. Yeah, I'm disoriented. I'm an investor. That's what you'll pick for that image. Okay, you'll put exactly what it is, and then the destination URL for the investor will be the investor page that we built, like this. Get in there. There we go. Now, probably want to put I'm a renter first, but it may not matter. I don't think I'm probably splitting hairs there. So I'll leave it like this, but you might want to give thought to how you sequence out what they see. Number 2, let's select our second image. I'm a homeowner. I'm a homeowner. And the URL for homeowners is our sell page, right? Our listing machine page here, or sell.php page on conversions. We'll put that in. There we go. And it says you have this optional description, but I'd rather just leave it minimal. I don't want to, you can play with that, but I don't want to put anything there in this case. And then for number 3, our third image is going to be I'm a renter. And these are not fancy. They're 3 images with text. Keep your text under 20% of the image or Facebook won't approve your ad or they'll show it less. So it's intentionally kind of small in the middle so that it's less than 20% of the total body of the image. I'm a renter. Boom. And then the destination URL for renters is our first landing page that we built. Boink. Get in there. Okay. We're doing pretty good, guys. Now, next we have our call to action. In this case, I'm going to just click no button. I don't want that learn more button showing up here, messing things up. So they're all gone now. And then finally, there's a see more at the final thing. And it just worked out nicely for me. The image of my fan page is chosen. Whatever my profile pic, and it says see more at, and in this case, it's just my just my URL. Okay, so you just put your conversion URL in there. No button. Why is that button still there? That's bothering me a little bit. Maybe I need to get rid of it for each one. I think so. I think Facebook's just glitching out on me a little bit. Okay. I think we're looking good. And I am going to now place my order. Continue, and then let's see what this all looks like, the finished product here. Let's go ahead and click See Post. Which best describes your real estate situation? I'm an investor. I'm a homeowner. I'm a renter. So it's kind of fun. Let's click that one. Free weekly list so they renter, same people opportunities with motivated sellers. Click this one. I'm a homeowner. Free property value calculator. I'm a renter. Free with St. Pete fixer uppers and other first-time buyer-friendly properties. Now I can always go back. I may go back and test my messages on my landing page, but I can leave this at Evergreen and go back and change the destination URLs, which is really cool. And I know from testing and seeing how this works, these do get very nice, affordable clicks. So if you can nail the landing pages and match them, then you're good to go. Jory, I know you're doing. I think it was you, right? You're doing the baby boom, the 55 plus, so what kind of home do you want to retire in? I don't, something like that. There's a lot we can do here. You're asking, do you use view tags or is that old tracking crap? I use let's go back in. I'll use the campaign pixels sometimes, but you guys don't really, the way we have things set up with conversion, you can't really put the new lead pixels in. So I usually don't use them. I usually track for conversion purposes. I just track from the hashtag is the best way to know how your campaign's doing. It's a little wonky, but it's effective. You know that hashtag is tied to that campaign and you count. Yeah, I would, if you want more advanced tracking, I've lobbied for it before. Maybe I can get Justin to do it. It would be nice if we could use third-party trackers outside of Facebook's pixels, because I know some of us are using a lot of different sources, but nope, not right now. So what's everybody think? You guys going to go do this? The plan, I figured I would do it live today. I was originally just going to do it like yesterday, and then figured and have it all set up to show you the results today. But I figured it would be cool if we just walk you through it now, and then I'll probably post with the replay the initial results, let you know how things are going, and then on next week's conversation we can kind of just go through what we learned from this process. Maybe I'll learn a certain landing page works better than others and things like that. Holy cow, did I not hit the record button? Somebody's asking me. I always hit it. Please say I hit it. Now whoever just asked me about the recording, these are always recorded. I think it's being recorded, but I don't remember doing it. Oh man, I'll have to do it again tomorrow. If it didn't record, I'll just run this again at the same time tomorrow. No, it's recording. Whew. Great, Rachel. Rachel's going to do it this weekend. Paul knows it's being recorded because he's super smooth like that and knows these things. Paul, I owe you that campaign. I'm sorry. Just let it fall through the cracks. I'll get that done. The recordings, guys, good question, Keith, are always, we post them to the Facebook group, but you can always just go to Kunversation playlists. If you Google Kunversation playlist, I'll drop you the link. It's the first thing that comes on. So here, let me just get them to everybody like this. Boom. Send privately. Oops, no, I sent it to one of you guys. Let's send it to everybody. Send to, oh, there we go. So it'll be the first thing that pops up, and you can see all hundreds and hundreds of hours of good stuff in there that me and my brother Eric have done over the past few years. Also, guys, all of our training stuff is on the Kunversation.com site. And if you just click through articles, it's training. It'll be training, and you can have all of this stuff. It's all on one page, and our recorded trainings are at the bottom of that. I probably should have just said that first. So that's it, guys. Are we good for today? Is there anything else you wanted me to cover? Good time to grab me. Of course, the Facebook group for conversion is a great place if you have advanced real estate lead gen, conversion stuff that you want to talk about. I'll leave you with one final note if nobody's going to answer a question, and it's just to stress a very, very big thing from a conversion perspective. It's so simple, but so many people forget to do this. Please set all of your leads up for alerts, whether you think the system is doing them whether you think the system's doing them on their own or not. Make sure you look at every lead you get and set them up for alerts. And I'm going to look in here. I know I've generated a bunch of leads the past few days, and I probably don't have all of them set. Oh, I do. Looks like my assistant's been doing a good job. But a lot of times the system won't have enough views or something. It won't set the alert. If you set alerts and you do nothing else and you're lazy like me and you got 100 other things going on in your life and you just set alerts and you never call anybody on conversion, I know it's blasphemy, people will eventually, the system will do its thing, people will eventually reach out and ask you questions about properties. It just works like that. So set up your alerts. Okay. Okay, Dennis has a question. Could you go over seller ads, the Facebook leads form versus the landing page? That's a really heavy, that's another 45-minute topic, Dennis. I know that, was that you? I know that there's a recording where we set that up. Is there anything specific you want me to go over? Because it would probably take a while to walk through that whole thing right now. The biggest thing, and we keep seeing this repeated, we keep trying to come up with new ways to generate seller leads, but I'll get you that, Lonnie. We keep trying to come up with new ways to generate seller leads straight online, but the reality is people don't want to sell until they want to sell. They don't start the process as early as buyers, it seems, and they usually go with somebody they kind of know already or trust. So the party line on this, we know we have seller lead generation tools. We also know it's way more effective to build relationships on the buyer side with buyer side campaigns. So if you target homeowners on Facebook with foreclosure ads, it's counterintuitive, but a lot of times that'll get you talking to people and you'll find out that they have a listing, they have a house to sell. It's kind of like an in to the relationship. You build your sphere, you incubate with lists of interesting properties, and then when they are ready to sell, you're their guy because you've done all that other work on the buy side. Oh, no problem, Dennis. Yeah, Dennis has an ad using the Facebook lead form for sellers. Can you paste that to me? There is a way to do that. If you copy the ad or do a screenshot. And I'll also try to bring an example up before we go. I can just show you guys an example of a seller lead ad, but you'll see I don't even have these running. I don't even run them because my cost per lead ends up around 10, 15 bucks a piece. And sure, it's a good lead. It's somebody asking for a CMA, a full property report, but we sent a bunch of those reports out and I've had more conversations probably about, more activity for the amount of work targeting buyers than I do preparing RPR reports all day. Let's see. Let's see, seller, I should have saved this. Seller lead ad test, good, these are in here. Let's see, Dennis, yeah, it looks like what you did there should work. Let me see. We'll bring up Dennis's first. Share with everybody. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, this is juicy. More homeowner. Click and get a free personalized report created by the Real Estate Dynamics team that shows you what a buyer might pay for your home today. Dennis Dunn, a realtor there. And then if I click, beautiful. You did a really nice job on the canvas image. It kind of repeats. Automated and human price bin, comparable homes, heat maps, much, much more. Get the report, and it is filling in my life story. That is the beauty of Facebook lead ads right there, guys. And you'd be shocked. I was shocked to learn I had a little argument with Justin, like just a little back and forth, like, nah. He's like, test it with I'm like, we can't ask for the phone number. We can't. He's like, just test it with the phone number and see what happens. And lo and behold, lots of money spent on these, running 2 different ads, thousands of dollars head to head, the same exact ad. You get for whatever reason, you can ask for the phone number and a bunch of other info with the Facebook lead ads, and people will give it to you because it pre-fills. So it's almost harder to go in there and delete it than to just keep going and click and submit. So I'm going to click submit, and then it says view website. Let's see what you're doing there, Dennis. And there you go. So you kind of did. The only advice I would give, there's a few things on this whole campaign. You redirected them to your main site. That's fine. It's going to be much more powerful if you do a thank you. If you do a video, redirect them to a video of yourself. Maybe it could be a blog post with a YouTube video or straight to a YouTube video. Let me see if I can show you that in action. Here's a little lander I had for myself that I was running Google traffic to, which actually worked, by the way. I was running it for St. Pete, Florida real estate agent, and because people search them at a time. Test. Please come to me. I just want to show you an example of an after-op video. It's not there. Oh, always live. For whatever, I thought I had this redirected to an after-op video. I basically have a video where I say, thank you for requesting your property value. And it's probably because I'm thinking about the wrong form here. But anyway, you should do a personal, a personal video. All right. Yes, Dennis is asking if you set it up if you ordered seller leads for 200, the Facebook sets them up. Are they using a lead form? No, I don't think so. I think on our lead ad side, we're probably sending the traffic to your sell page because it's a different offer. It's kind of outside of conversion the way that you're doing it, offering the property report, and the way that I'm doing it. So just a few comments. A lot of time, you might find you get lower response because you have your name there, but the leads who do opt in know they're going to be interacting with a realtor, so it's kind of a trade-off. More expensive leads, but more okay with talking to you. And then click and get a free personalized report. Yeah, this is pretty good. So that was that. I wouldn't change much. And here was mine. Free detailed report. See how much a buyer might pay for your St. Pete area home today. I have a blurred out image of the report. Get your free report. Click the test. A very detailed free report. Just what property might sell for in today's market. So that's just another approach. But these are costing me about 10 to 15 bucks. Some days they were cheaper. Some days they were more. But take that for what it's worth. It might be worth it for you to send the RPRs all day or not. But that is one way to get seller leads. Yeah, Dennis, I agree. So it would be nice if we, and I was just thinking about this because we're obsessively trying to get Listing Machine to convert better. It's tough because there's so many competing products in that space, the What's My Home Worth space. So this is one of the ideas would be to lead with this. The only problem is then you'd have to prepare the report. So what I'm going to bring up to Justin, and I was probably thinking about this in the shower, maybe we'll have a sell mode 2, like a second lander within the conversion system that makes this offer that you can kind of turn on as your default or off or just drive traffic directly to it. But I agree that would be a cool landing page to have. And we also need to get addresses on our landing pages. It's an option. All right, thanks for that. But your ad looks good. I mean, I hope it's doing okay for you. It looks like it's working fine now. I would just change the after opt URL maybe to do something trust building where you thank them and assure them that the report's going to be coming pretty soon. Here. I know where to find it. So this was the a landing page I was messing with, and then here after. Okay, great. Thanks for requesting a report for your property here in St. Pete. My name is Ryan Hartman with eXp Realty. I realize you might not be thinking about selling your house right now, but maybe you want to know the value because you want to refinance, maybe you want to buy an investment property or do some repairs. Whatever it is, I think you'll find this report pretty useful. It is very detailed. and I'm going to need about 1 business day to finish preparing it for you. Now, if you could, I just sent you an automated email, and it just asks a question or two about your house so that we prepare a better report. Could you go ahead, check your email, just reply to that really quickly. It'll only take you a second, and then I'll get this thing underway and create it for you and emailed over, like I said, within 1 business day. So, Dennis, the reason you're probably not getting, you might not be getting leads, 1,700 reach doesn't sound like a lot. You probably didn't spend much more than $10 to get that, or was it more? Lead ads can be expensive relative to clicked ads. And the other thing is it could be your 20 per day, yeah. It could be your full name and the fan page name and the fact that a team is going to prepare the report. It just feels to people, subconsciously like, oh no, this realtor is going to pester me about selling my house. Whereas I try to keep mine a little more generic, free detail report, see how much a buyer might pay for your home. There's nothing about me on there. And I realize that you may need to get your contact info somewhere there, depending on compliance and everything like that. I have it after they opt in, but it should help conversion if you keep it a little more generic. I keep my fan page name generic too. So, and the final comment, it's hard, guys. Every agent out there is running on Facebook now. What's my home worth ads? It worked great in 2012 before the whole world was doing it. If you offer unique stuff on the buyer side, you're going to build more relationships. That motivated sellers list, curate something interesting like 55 plus homes. Nobody's on Facebook offering that. So just set yourself apart with the offer and then become the expert in that little segment, and listings are going to come after. All right, dudes, guys, I called you dudes. Sorry. I think I'm tired. All right. Thank you for being on today. I'll get the recording live in the Facebook group and in the playlist, and then we'll be live again next week. So thanks a lot for everybody's participation. It was great today. Thank you.